It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a pair of teams who met each other in Super Bowl 25. It's the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous, and it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start, and off we go from Buffalo. Eric Gray to return it. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
1st and 10. Throwing to begin, it's Wilson. A short one there to Bellinger. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run here with the rookie. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. So, from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Slayton is the man in motion. Play action. It's Wilson. Down the field. He's got Haskell. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
They'll run with Tracy. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. play action. Now, Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it, and the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Davis now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Allen on 3rd down. He gets this complete to Shakir. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Allen to throw. They'll set up the screen to Cook. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
One more time going up top with Allen. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it's going to bring up a third down.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills. And you saw him on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Once again, it's Cook. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Deontay Banks right there with the good coverage to knock it away.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense ready now for their 2nd drive. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. In motion, it's Robinson. On 3rd down, here's Wilson. This one is caught by Robinson. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Giants leading this one early. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. The break, the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bills offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen on 1st down. He's got room past the 25. And he's going to be taken down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And At this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On second down, here's Allen. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, Shakir. Throwing again, it's Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Giants offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And this will be incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Allen to the air. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Putting the tight end in motion. Allen going to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills are back within 1. It's 7-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He'll look underneath here for Tracy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants extend their lead to 10-6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Allen. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Giants are out on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Bills offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
From the gun, Josh Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On third down, it's Allen. He's got his man. That's Coleman. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Not much. Second and long coming up. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And they'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And this ball incomplete on third down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills cut the deficit down to 1.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Gray going to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback, and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They go play action with Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, Wilson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Third down, 3 to go. Again, Wilson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll do so with first and 10. Now Allen. Quick throw, taken in. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Josh Allen on the bootleg. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical third down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing again. It's Allen. The second down throw is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
He's got that complete to Knox. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bills cut the deficit down to 1. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Ray going to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Bills' offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
In motion, Shakir. From the gun, it's Allen. Back to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's Allen to throw. This one complete to Palmer. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
First and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Allen going to throw again. That's taken in by Shakir. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
At this point in the game, every point matters. And now after that 3rd down sack, if they can force a field goal attempt, there's a big difference giving up 3 versus what a little while ago looked like an inevitable 6.
So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Gray going to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and receiver Darius Slayton get to go to work again. They trail by 2. And will start this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. There's that man again. Another catch. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We spend so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. That is caught. It's Robinson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. It is 2nd and a yard. They'll run. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run. Gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Slayton is the man in motion. They'll stick to the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. The Buffalo crowd being heard before 3rd down. They'll run here.
Well, that 3rd down stop sets up a big conversation on this sideline of the offense, Mike. You find yourself in 4th and short, but you're trailing. I think at this stage here in the 4th quarter, I got to send my kicking unit on, take the lead, and hopefully my defense can continue to get stops to pull this game out.
His kick is good. He got it. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
So a road win here for the Giants. They took this one down to the wire. The late field goal does the trick, and they walk away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.